The Seventh-day Adventist Church views marriage as a sacred, lifelong covenant between a man and a woman, instituted by God at creation. Marriage is designed to be a loving, monogamous union that reflects the relationship between Christ and His church. Adventists believe in equality between spouses, emphasizing mutual love, respect, and partnership in marriage. While the husband is often seen as the spiritual leader of the home, both spouses are expected to support each other emotionally, spiritually, and physically. The church emphasizes the importance of proper preparation for marriage, often encouraging premarital counseling and education about the responsibilities and challenges of married life. The Seventh-day Adventist Church teaches that marriage is meant to be permanent, but it acknowledges certain circumstances under which divorce may be permissible. The most commonly accepted ground for divorce is adultery, based on the biblical teaching in Matthew 19:9, except for sexual immorality. In cases of sexual infidelity, the innocent spouse is allowed to seek a divorce. In some cases, divorce may also be considered for severe abuse, abandonment, or in situations where staying in the marriage poses a danger to one spouse or the children. Adventists generally permit remarriage after divorce, but only in cases where the divorce was biblically justified, particularly in cases of adultery. Remarriage should be approached prayerfully, and individuals are often encouraged to seek pastoral guidance and counsel. The Adventist Church encourages couples to seek reconciliation and healing whenever possible, placing a high value on forgiveness and restoration. Counseling and support from the church community are often emphasized in efforts to salvage troubled marriages. In the Catholic Church, marriage is not only a covenant, but also a sacrament. It is seen as a divine institution established by God and elevated by Christ to the dignity of a sacrament. Marriage is a covenant that reflects the unbreakable bond between Christ and the church, meaning that it is indissoluble. Catholic teaching emphasizes the unity and permanence of marriage. Once validly contracted and consummated, a marriage cannot be dissolved by any human power. Both partners are called to self-giving love and fidelity throughout their lives. Catholic marriage is also oriented toward procreation and education of children. Couples are expected to be open to life and accept children lovingly as gifts from God. The church prohibits contraception, encouraging natural family planning, NFP, for spacing births if necessary. The Catholic Church holds that a valid sacramental marriage cannot be dissolved by divorce. Civil divorce may be acknowledged for legal purposes, e.g. to settle custody or financial matters, but it does not dissolve the sacramental bond in the eyes of the Church. As a result, divorced individuals who remarry without receiving an annulment are considered to be living in a state of sin, which precludes them from receiving the sacraments, particularly the Eucharist. The Catholic Church permits annulments, which are declarations by a church tribunal that a marriage was never valid according to church law. Grounds for annulment include lack of consent, psychological incapacity, coercion, or some other impediment at the time of marriage. If an annulment is granted, both individuals are free to remarry in the church, as the first marriage is considered null and void. The church emphasizes pastoral care and support for divorced and separated individuals. While remarriage without an annulment poses challenges to sacramental life, Pope Francis has encouraged a more pastoral and merciful approach to individuals in irregular marriage situations. The Church continues to call for fidelity to marriage vows and the pursuit of reconciliation when possible. Marriage preparation. The Adventists' premarital counseling is often encouraged, focusing on the practical, spiritual, and emotional aspects of marriage. They place importance on compatibility, shared faith, and mutual respect, ensuring couples are well prepared for marriage. Catholic couples are required to go through a formal premarital preparation process, often called pre-cana, to ensure that they understand the sacramental nature of marriage and the lifelong commitment they are making. This often includes discussions about faith, finances, communication, and family planning. View on same-sex marriage. The Seventh-day Adventist Church does not recognize or perform same-sex marriages. They believe that marriage is divinely designed to be between one man and one woman. The Catholic Church similarly teaches that marriage is a sacramental union between a man and a woman and does not permit same-sex marriages. The Church affirms the dignity of all people, including those with same-sex attractions, but does not condone homosexual acts or relationships. The Seventh-day Adventist Church and the Catholic Church both hold marriage in high regard as a sacred institution, but differ significantly in their approaches to divorce and remarriage. While Adventists allow for divorce and remarriage under specific biblical conditions, Catholics uphold the indissolubility of valid sacramental marriage and only allow remarriage if an annulment is granted. Both churches emphasize the importance of love, fidelity, and mutual respect within marriage, but they approach the permanence of marriage and the treatment of divorce and remarriage differently due to their theological perspectives on the sacramentality and covenantal nature of marriage. Role of women in the church.